Start acting even with fear present. Here's something many people need to understand. Not every decision will bring immediate results. Sometimes the purpose of a decision isn't the outcome, but the experience. The decision takes you to a step, and that step prepares you for the next. It's about building strength, gaining resilience, and climbing the ladder. Don't expect one decision to give you everything all at once. This isn't about quick results, it's about transformation. Some of you might be blaming the pandemic, the market, or other circumstances. But here's the truth. You didn't lose your job. You were pushed out of it to live something new. The fear you feel isn't about failing. It's about facing a new experience. And do you know what's most important? Understanding that the value lies in the journey, not the destination. Before God, I stopped worrying about how much I would earn years ago. What matters is that if He is for me, who can be against me? The only person who can be against me is myself. Write this down. Me against myself. That's the real challenge. Conquering fear is about overcoming the limitations you impose on yourself. It's about deciding that love and faith will have the final word, not fear. Here's the point you need to understand. It's not about others. It's not about the person who fired you, the one who spoke badly about you, or the one who rejected you. It's about how you accept and react to it. If you've been fired, you have two choices. Either you go back, apologize, and try to get your job back, which most of the time isn't the best choice, or you understand that a kick in the backside is actually a push forward. And when it happens, put your hand on your backside and say thank you for the push. The same applies to relationships. If someone breaks up with you, instead of lamenting, be thankful for the kick. Maybe you were emotionally dependent and needed that breakup to start something new. Whether it's work, love, or even in church, remember this. Sometimes God allows us to be pushed out of a situation because He has something greater for us to live. Think of Joseph. If his brothers hadn't sold him into slavery, the people of Israel wouldn't have been saved from famine. Joseph was rejected and cast out, but that push led him to a place where he could fulfill God's purpose. Joseph didn't rise to power in Egypt by chance. He was well trained by his father, Jacob, Israel, and above all, was obedient to God. That's what gives someone the power to govern, self-mastery. Throughout the Bible, everyone who learned to govern themselves was empowered to govern others. Those who lacked this control lost everything. Judas is a clear example. He wanted a revolution, but acted prematurely. In his impatience, he betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver and was later consumed by guilt, unable to manage his own emotions. This is the lesson. Don't let fear, rejection, or setbacks define you. Instead, let them propel you forward. Plant the seed, nurture it, and trust the process. The fruit may not come immediately, but when it does, it will be abundant and lasting. Stay faithful, stay patient, and remember that God's plans are always bigger than the challenges you face. Here's the lesson. Fear isn't defeated by strength or success. Fear is defeated when we understand who God is and who we are in Him. You're afraid because you think everything depends on you, but let me tell you something. It doesn't. When you realize that He is the source of everything, you discover who you truly are. Now write this down. I need to live new experiences, submit myself to new things, face risks, embrace the unknown. This is essential for growth. There's no other way. If you keep living in the same conditions, in the same environment, trapped by the same fears, there won't be any transformation. No one conquers fear without feeling loved. Some people in the business world try to compensate for this lack of love with excessive self-sufficiency, but that drains their energy. When you understand God's love, the source changes. The love that comes from Him doesn't deplete your energy. It renews and overflows. When you ask God to show you how He sees you, something incredible happens. You start seeing yourself through His eyes, and that's transformative. Do you know what happens when you live in that love? Fear disappears, because love empowers you to overflow. Even when you think you can't handle it, love moves you. It connects you to something greater than yourself. May each of you have the courage to face your fears, the strength to live new experiences, and the love to overflow in every action. Fear has no power over those who know they are loved. Let me share a powerful story about transformation. A woman told me that 6 months ago, she was unemployed and going through a depressive episode. But what marked her journey wasn't just finding a new job, it was something deeper. She felt loved by God. That love helped her heal old wounds, especially those she had passed on to her daughters. She said something that moved me deeply. When I felt loved by God, I was able to share that love with my daughters, and it healed our relationship. Today, she helps others through mentoring because she loves seeing lives transformed. Her home is completely different after this experience. She even mentioned that her relationship with her mother, which used to be strained, is now wonderful. There's no greater gratitude than this. The love we receive from God overflowing to heal and transform everything around us. She made a point to say, "I'm not here to flatter you, Pablo. I'm here because I recognize the transformation this process has brought to my life. And do you know what this reinforces? That genuine love and the effort to grow make all the difference." Another participant, Sylviane, came from Sorocaba to share something special. She said, "I can't accept so many young people with a limited vision. I've always felt we needed to bring the Holy Spirit to people in a renewed way, especially through digital platforms." She found my work during a difficult time in her life and realized it was exactly what she needed. It wasn't by chance. She said something that made me laugh and reflect. "I was on YouTube, thought it was an ad, but it was actually God showing me the way." Sylviane understood something essential. The Holy Spirit transforms. He shapes, teaches, and guides. What we do here isn't just about techniques or strategies. It's about crawling, learning, and growing spiritually, like a baby being formed. The stories of these two women highlight a universal truth. God's love transforms. It removes fear, restores relationships, and gives us the strength to step into the unknown. When you live in His love, you stop trying to control everything and start trusting in the process He's leading you through. Fear loses its grip, and life becomes an ongoing journey of growth and renewal. However, she raised an important question. Why do so many people carry your work forward, but forget to bring the Holy Spirit to truly transform people's homes? My response was clear. Hold on. Not everyone has the experience or depth required to do that yet. We can't demand something from people they aren't ready to deliver. Don't become a critic of others' work. Everyone has their time, their journey. This dialogue reinforces something we've discussed before. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being willing to be shaped, to grow, and to overflow with God's love. When you live in that love, your life changes. It empowers you to overcome fear, heal relationships, and connect with the greater purpose God has for you. Sometimes the most powerful messages come at what seem like unexpected moments. I remember a conversation with someone who said, "I want to level up." He was seeking something deeper, something that burned in his heart. I told him, "The time is now. Whatever you're asking from me, say it directly to Jesus. He's going to break you, but in the best way. He'll transform you."